Okay, let's go to talk about the high cost of college education. And for that, we turn to the executive director of the New Hampshire Institute of Politics, right here at St. Anselm College, Neil Levesque. Neil?
Here to New Hampshire again. As you know, this audience is filled with many St. Anselm College students, and they know that the outstanding student debt right now in America is $1.3 trillion, that private education costs have gone up in the last decade 26% and 40% for public education. So knowing that, we know that you want to make higher education more affordable, but how do you really lower the cost? Senator Sanders, you mentioned a few minutes ago that you want free tuition for public colleges. And how does that really lower the costs other than just shifting the cost to taxpayers?
Well, Neil, I think we have got to work on a two-pronged approach. And your point is absolutely well taken. The cost of college education is escalating a lot faster than the cost of inflation. There are a lot of factors involved in that. And that is that we have some colleges and universities that are spending a huge amount of money on fancy dormitories and on giant football stadiums. Maybe we should focus on quality education with well-paid faculty members. But, and I understand that in many universities, a heck of a lot of vice presidents who earn a big salary. But bottom line is, this is the year 2015. If we are going to be competitive in the global economy, we need the best educated workforce. It is insane, to my mind. Hundreds of thousands of young people today, bright, qualified people, cannot go to college because they cannot afford, their families cannot afford to send them. Millions coming out of school, as you indicated, deeply in debt. What do? My proposal is to put a speculation tax on Wall Street, raise very substantial sums of money, not only make public colleges and universities tuition free, but also substantially lower interest rates on student debt. You have families out there paying 6, 8, 10% on student debt, refinance their homes at 3%. What sense is that? So I think we need radical changes in the funding of higher education. We should look at college today the way high school was looked at 60 years ago. All young people who have the ability should be able to get a college education.
Governor O'Malley. Yes. Governor O'Malley, how do you propose lowering some of these costs that are associated with higher education?
Yeah, this one falls under the category of I have actually done this. As a governor, we actually made the greater investments so that we could go 4 years in a row without a penny's increase to college tuition. My plan actually goes further than Senator Sanders, because a big chunk of the cost is actually room and board and books and fees. So as a nation, we need to increase what we invest in Pell Grants. Yes, we need to make it easier for parents to refinance, but states need to do more as well. And I propose a block grant program that will keep the states in the game as well. I believe that all of our kids should go into an income-based repayment plan. I'm joined tonight by my two daughters, Tara and Grace. My oldest daughter's a teacher. Man, their mother's here as well. We were proud of them on graduation day, weren't we, Katie? And we're going to be proud every month for the rest of our lives. I mean, we had to borrow so much money to send them to college, and we're not the only ones. There are families all across America who aren't able to contribute to our economy because of this crushing student loan. I also propose that we can pay for this with a tax on high volume trades, and we need to, because my dad went to college after coming back from World War II on a GI Bill. But today we're the only nation on the planet that's saddling our kids with a lifetime of bills. That's a drag on the economy. It's one of the key investments we need to make. I was flattered that Secretary Clinton, 2 months later, borrowed so many of my proposals to incorporate into hers. And in our party, unlike the Republican Party, we actually believe that the more our people learn, the more they will earn, and higher education should be a right for every kid.
Secretary Clinton.
Right.
Secretary Clinton, how does your plan differentiate from your opponents?
Well, I have what I call the New College Compact, because I think everybody has to have some skin in this game, Neil. Number one, states have been disinvesting in higher education. In fact, I think New Hampshire in-state tuition for public college and university is among the highest, if not the highest in the country. So states over a period of decades have put their money elsewhere, into prisons, into highways, into things other than higher education. So under my compact, the federal government will match money that the states begin to put back in to the higher education system. Secondly, I don't believe in free tuition for everybody. I believe we should focus on middle-class families, working families, and poor kids who have the ambition and the talent to go to college and get ahead. So I have proposed debt-free tuition, which I think is affordable, and I would move a lot of the Pell Grant and other aid into the arena where it could be used for living expenses. So I've put all this together, again, on my website, and am pleased that I've gotten such a good response.